Talia sat stiffly next to Damon and observed him while he held her hand, the same one he helped earlier that morning. She remembered his grimace after tasting the bitter herbal paste, and she pressed her lips into a line while preventing a smile from showing on her face. It seemed comical. She never thought that an alpha could appear so childish.
Look how well it's healing. I told you that saliva works,
Damon said, obviously pleased with himself. Talia silently admitted that he had a point. It healed much faster compared to other bruises and cuts she had. She wondered if her saliva would work, or maybe only werewolves who had their wolves produced saliva that healed.
Now let me check the rest.
Talia jolted at Damon's words. What rest did he mean? Damon extended his hand toward Talia, and she shrunk, making him halt his movements.
Is there a problem?
Damon asked with confusion obvious on his face. Can I at least get some food? Talia spoke timidly.
What's wrong with you?
His wolf chided him.
What did I do?
Damon asked. She didn't answer.
Will you allow me to check your injuries?
Damon asked as he went back to sit on the bed next to Talia.
At least on your arms and legs. If there is any other spot, let me know and I will make sure you are not uncomfortable.
Only to check, right? Talia asked in a small voice. It took him a moment to understand that she wouldn't let him treat her, and he realized,
she thinks I will use saliva again.
He reached for the bag that sat on the floor.
I got first aid supplies.
It came from Caden and Maya, but Damon told them to get it, so that counted. Talia's eyes widened in surprise. For me? Damon felt pleased with her reaction.
We need to treat your wounds to make sure they don't get infected and they heal properly. It's either this or I use saliva. I don't mind how I see it. Skin is skin, regardless of which part of the body it covers.
Talia looked flustered again, and Damon chuckled.
Tell me, where does it hurt?
Talia gave him her other hand, and he frowned while looking at her swollen wrist.
Let's see what we have for this.
He fished out of the bag a spray that eased up the pain and a few packs of bandages and started working on it. 2 minutes later, Talia observed her wrist, which had several layers of bandage more than necessary. Damon realized that he used too much.
I'm not an expert at first aid. When we reach the Dark Howlers pack, the pack doctor will tend to your wounds. This is just to make you more comfortable until we get there.
Talia felt moved. More than his words, his expression showed concern and a hint of embarrassment. Thank you. At the sight of Talia's smile, Damon felt overwhelmingly pleased with himself.
All right, where is the next injury?
Before Talia could respond, there came a knock on the door. 3 carts full of food entered the room. He wanted to treat the rest of her wounds, but he saw Talia staring at the food.
Let's eat first,
Damon said.
See what is here and pick what you want.
Talia's eyes opened wide and she swallowed hard. The delicious smell reminded her how hungry she felt, and she felt embarrassed when her tummy rumbled loudly. Talia licked her lips, hoping that she didn't drool. Anything I want? She asked while looking at Damon apprehensively. Damon's heart cracked a little, and he tried to suppress sadness and frustration that swelled inside him. He couldn't imagine what she went through to feel so happy about simple food items this hotel offered, and he wanted to return to the Red Moon Pack and confront them. How dare they neglect her?
Anything you want,
Damon confirmed, and his words applied to more than the food in front of her. He would give her whatever she wanted, as long as he could see her smile.
under one condition.
Seeing that she looked about to panic again, Damon quickly said,
Tell me your name.
Talia blinked, wondering if she heard him right. My name? Is that it?
Is there something else you want to offer?
Damon asked teasingly, and he chuckled when Talia shook her head fervently.
Well, we've been together since morning, and I don't know how to call you. Hey is not appropriate.
She knew that he referred to how she called him Hey twice. Talia.
Talia.
Damon repeated, pleased how her name rolled off his tongue.
Talia, Talia,
he said a few more times, and he thought that it sounded delicate and elegant, just like the woman in front of him. Now that he knew her name, Damon felt that they reached an important milestone, and he hoped that this would not indicate how everything else would go with Talia. If it took so much effort just to get her name, who knew how much he would need to work for her to want to kiss him? Damon face-palmed internally. Why did he think about kissing? Damon lifted the bell-shaped silver domes covering food on the carts that had been wheeled into their room.
What do you want to start with?
Talia was about to reach out for something but stopped herself. Why don't you pick first? It had been ages since she ate in a group setting, but Talia remembered that high-ranking members of the pack eat first. As a child, she always waited for others to have their picks before she could get food. And even if everyone had food in front of them, no one dared to eat before the Alpha, and one happened to be standing in front of her at that very moment. Damon shook his head in disapproval. Talia was obviously hungry, and he ordered all this food for her. She was the one who should be eating first. Sure, normally in the pack, others wait for him to serve himself and start eating, but this was not normal, and he didn't want Talia to feel that she was beneath him.
Eat,
he insisted. Talia could tell from his tone that he was not going to change his mind. Talia loaded a plate full of food and dove in immediately. Damon cleared his throat.
do you like it?
Talia had been so engulfed by the food in front of her that she almost forgot Damon was sitting there. She gave him a nod because there was too much food in her mouth to say anything. Damon was amused. He noticed she particularly liked the biscuits.
I'll order more of those.
Talia waved him off. No, thank you. There's still so much food. It was then that Damon noticed Talia wincing every time she brought food to her mouth. Damon didn't think about her injured hand and injured wrist. Of course that made it difficult for her to eat. Talia looked up to see Damon fixated on her injuries, so she tried to deflect. "Won't you eat also?" Damon was surprised. Even though she was starving, she was still concerned about his well-being. Damon grabbed a fork and a plate and loaded it with bacon, sausage, and scrambled eggs. He went to sit by Talia and took a bite. Then he scooped eggs onto his fork and raised it to Talia's mouth. Talia pulled back, confused. "I can feed myself." Damon shook his head.
I can see it hurts you to bring your fork to your mouth every time. Please, let me help you. I just don't want your injuries to get worse.
Talia was touched by his concern. No one had ever shown her that much kindness. She thought it was a little odd that he was sharing his fork, but she didn't want to come off as ungrateful. Plus, it did hurt to use both her hands at the moment. Having some help couldn't hurt. Talia slowly opened her mouth, signaling that Damon could start feeding her. Damon was extra gentle every time he fed her. He wanted to show her she had nothing to be afraid of, that she could trust him to take care of her. As they sat there silently eating, Damon had a million questions he didn't know how to ask. What's Talia's story? How did she find herself in the Red Moon Pack? How did she end up in that dungeon? But Damon decided to keep those questions to himself. He didn't want to overwhelm her, and he was content that she was by his side. He could finally take care of her the way he wanted to. The only thing that could make this better, in Damon's opinion, was if she could sit in his lap. At the same time, Talia also had a million questions, but she was too afraid to ask. He was still a scary alpha she wasn't sure if she could trust. Why did he help her escape? Why was he treating her kindly? Was he really taking her to his pack? He promised her a room, food, and a doctor. It almost seemed too good to be true. But Talia knew better than to interrogate an alpha like that. Right now, she was just grateful to be eating a full meal. The only thing that could make the moment better, in Talia's opinion, was if she could change out of her robe into some real clothes. "I'm full," Talia said as Damon tried to feed her some bacon. Damon frowned.
Really? You barely ate. You're eating like a mouse.
"An adorable mouse," he added internally.
There's no need to hold back in front of me. Or do you not like the eggs? I can order something else.
"I'm not holding back," Talia interjected. "This is the most I've eaten in years. If I eat one more bite, my stomach is going to hurt. But it was delicious. Thank you for everything." Damon sighed as he placed the bacon piece back on his plate. Talia began to panic seeing how disappointed he was. Why was he pushing her to eat more? Was he trying to make her gain weight so he could eat her? Was he a cannibal? As crazy as that sounded, maybe that explains why he was so eager to get her away from the Red Moon Pack. Blissfully unaware of Talia's state of mind, Damon pushed the food carts away and kneeled down in front of her. Damon looked at Talia's shoulder.
Some of these bruises are pretty bad. They might need a second layer of cream.
"This is more than enough. Thank you." She spoke in a whisper. Damon was disappointed at the loss of her addictive touch, but he could see that Talia was uncomfortable. He shook his head. What was he doing exactly? They'd stopped for some food and first aid, and now they needed to get back on the road. Besides, hadn't he decided to bring her with him and keep her safe, and nothing more? He reached into his suitcase and pulled out a t-shirt and a pair of shorts that tied at the waist with a string.
"Here are some clothes you can wear for now."
Damon tossed the clothes on the bed and then left the room. He needed some air and distance between him and Talia.
"Maya,"
Damon called through the mind link.
"can you check on the girl? We're leaving in half an hour."
Damon didn't wait for Maya to respond, knowing that she was probably busy with Caden. He needed a walk to clear his head. Decision made, Damon took off down the road, knowing Maya would take good care of Talia. Talia was confused. First, she'd woken up in bed with the scary Alpha holding her tight. Then, he'd fed her and tended to her wounds, and then he just left without sparing her a single glance. Had she done something wrong? Talia didn't expect Damon to be loving or caring, but when he left, he appeared angry. This only confirmed that Alpha Damon was an unstable person and that staying close to him would be a bad idea. Talia told herself to stay calm. Soon, they would reach the Dark Howler's pack and she would see what awaited her there. Hopefully, she could find a small corner for herself. She didn't need much. A bed, food, and a set of duties so that she could pull her weight. And no beatings or any other type of bullying. She just wanted people to leave her alone, and maybe eventually she could make a friend or two. If this doesn't work out, she would flee and try to make it on her own. Talia had been reminded by Alpha Damon that joining a pack was a big deal. Once part of a pack, the Alpha could track her down no matter where she went. She made a mental note not to join the Dark Howler's pack unless it was absolutely necessary, or at least until she made sure that she actually wanted to stay there. It was vague, but it was the best plan she could come up with. Once she had further information, she could further refine it. A knock on the door got Talia's attention.
"Who is it?" "It's Maya. Can I come in?"
Talia opened the door. As Maya entered the room, she eyed Talia, who was still in just the bathrobe. When Damon had told her to check on the girl, Maya hadn't been sure what to expect, but Talia seemed fine. Maya also took note of the carts still overflowing with food. Damon had obviously ordered way too much for 2 people. It only further confirmed Maya's theory that Talia was Damon's mate. When Maya and Caden had first found each other, for the first few months, Caden obsessed about feeding Maya. Even now, he was often worried that she might be hungry. It was something about male werewolves and their instinct to provide for their mate. Maya turned to Talia.
"Alpha Damon told me to check on you. You should get ready so we can get back to the road." We're still a long way from home.
Can you please get my stuff from the car? Talia asked. It was in the trunk, wrapped in a bedsheet.
Oh.
A sound escaped Maya's lips when she remembered the bundle. It had been left half open, just enough for Maya to see the worn-out clothes.
Give me a minute and I'll get you something.
A few moments later, Maya returned with jeans, a t-shirt, and a pair of shiny flip-flops.
I'm not sure if these will fit you, but it will be fine until we reach our destination. I know that I'm a size or two bigger than you, but I've got a belt for the jeans to hold them in place.
Maya dropped the clothes into Talia's hands and then pushed her toward the bathroom.
Change quickly. We leave in a few minutes, and Alpha Damon doesn't like to be left waiting.
Thanks, Talia mumbled and closed the door behind her. Maya glanced around the room and saw on the bed the t-shirt and shorts that Damon had left for Talia. Maya shook her head in disapproval. What was Damon thinking bringing Talia into the pack looking like a hobo? Didn't he know that first impressions were important? Forget about the image of a respectable Luna. Whoever saw Talia in those clothes would never see her as a girl of any standing. Werewolves might have scandalous lifestyles, but their dressing was on point, especially the she-wolves who hovered around Damon. Once Talia established herself, she could wear whatever she wanted. Thinking about appearances, Maya dashed back into her room and returned with several accessories. Thank you for the clothes, Talia said shyly as she peered out of the bathroom. The t-shirt and jeans were good, nearly new. Talia was incredibly grateful, but also embarrassed. She knew that these were Maya's clothes.
They're a bit big for you. Once we get you clothes that actually fit, you're gonna be a stunner.
Maya winked and then gestured toward the chair.
Sit here and let me do your hair. I think it's wise if we dye it. Your silver hair makes you stand out quite a bit.
Talia paused. She had grown fond of her new silver hair, but she saw Maya's point. It would be easier to hide from anyone looking for her if they disguised it. If anyone bothered to look for her. Talia followed Maya into the bathroom, and Maya began working a hair dye through her hair.
Are you excited to see the Dark Howlers pack?
Maya asked. I'm not sure what to expect, Talia responded honestly.
It's busy, lively, and there are all kinds of people. But Alpha Damon makes sure things run smoothly. Rewards and punishments are given fairly, and no one undermines his position.
You speak highly of him. Maya hummed in confirmation.
I joined the pack when I met Caden, but I know the story of young Damon and how he lost his parents before he came of age. Alpha Damon was forced to take over the pack or to give it up and allow other alphas tear it apart. Only he knows what hardships he endured, but I do know that he fought many official battles before turning 20. There's a reason why the other alphas don't dare to provoke Alpha Damon, even though he's half their age. Alpha Damon will do anything to keep us safe, and thanks to his strength and dedication, the Dark Howlers pack prospers.
Talia listened carefully and couldn't help but feel sorry for Damon. She knew very well what it meant to lose one's parents at a young age. Talia had grown up on her own, and she thought that maybe, in some ways, she had it better compared to Damon. At least she'd been able to hide in the attic. Damon, though, was forced into the limelight, whether he wanted it or not. "He sounds like a good alpha," Talia said as Maya rinsed the dye from her hair. Maya smiled.
He's the best. Alpha Damon protects his own. As long as you are loyal to him and to the pack, he will make sure you are well. No one will harm you, Talia."
Talia pressed her lips into a line and told herself not to get carried away. Everything so far appeared great.
You are mine.
Always.